So thank you for meeting me.
Thank you.
I am happy to be here with you.
Yeah.
You have been traveling a lot,
Yes.
and you've seen people in all sorts of places, all countries with different cultures.
Yes.
But my question is, what it is the common values that actually bring people together?
See, when we talk about values, then common values, because we have to now understand these two words. That is called value to me. What I want from you or what I expect from you, I must do same thing to you. That is called values. What I don't expect from you, let me not do same thing to you. So in reality, this is called value. Now we name it common value, exclusive value, personal value, national value, international value, universal value. But in reality, what I want from others, let me do same thing to others. What I don't want from others, let me not do those things for others. Mm-hmm. So to me, values and common values, there is no difference.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What part of Indian culture you are trying to tell about to the people you meet in all these countries? So what are you trying to bring from India to places like Romania, for example?
Thank you very much. When you said what part of India, this is the misconception about India. Mm-hmm. See, India is known present day maybe because of some software engineers, this and that, as they say, all over the world, any country you go, you find software engineers. But Indians are respected not because of anything, not because of their smartness, but because of their cultural practices. Mm-hmm. So when we say Indian culture, there is only one culture. I would like to highlight here such a great country with a lot of diversities, more than 236 languages, and I don't want to talk in details. In spite of that, there is only one culture, and that culture is called Vedic culture. And that culture is supposed to be the oldest culture in the world. And to my understanding, as I travel, as I meet people, maybe I can openly say this thing. What you call as Indian culture, I call it as Vedic culture. There was no difference in any culture in the world just 2000 years before.
Why do you think it lasted for so long and it's still very practical nowadays?
About Indian culture, you mean Vedic culture?
Yes, exactly.
This is what exactly I would like to highlight. Any other country, just the best example I can give you, just 1000 years back, America, the great country now called, there was a culture was entirely different. And I don't see that 1000-year-old culture, whatever was being practiced those days, there was no difference between Indian culture or Vedic culture and that. What happens here, I would like to say, that when any practices is being imposed on us, you can name it as a dictator, in the name of religion, in the name of spirituality, in the name of anything that you want to say. That culture, because again here culture is what something is being imposed on me, I keep practicing, slowly it becomes part of my system, my family, and the atmosphere that becomes a culture. And that culture keeps changing you look at your country. How many cultures you have passed through? Each time, each detector comes, I'm sorry to use this word, they come and impose their ideas, their way of living, way of functioning, and you adapt it, whether you like it or not. Finally, that becomes your culture or not. But fortunately, the Vedic culture, which was and which is, and its foundation completely based on the understanding, not on imposition. So because of the understanding, we have gone through a lot of problems. I don't think that any country has gone through. Beautifully, when Prime Minister of India, present Prime Minister of India met UN meeting, he said to UN, you people talk on peace, but we live in peace by shedding our bloods. What India has gone through and going through, let us not get into that. What India has gone through, the Mughals, they came and destroyed many times. Britishers, they came and destroyed. They tried their level best to destroy the country. In spite of that, we could survive because of the knowledge, the understanding.
Then what is freedom to you?
Freedom is making one's own self free from one's own self.
What does that mean?
We all are bound, not because of others, because of our own insecurity. The sense of insecurity binds me. It is me who binds me, not others. Have you ever seen anybody binds anyone? A wife never binds a husband. A husband never binds a wife, nor children binds parents. Nobody binds no one. But always we blame others that others are binding me. So that is called real freedom. Making one's oneself free from one's own self. Here, one's own self means one's own limited thinking, one's own insecurities.
When did you realize that it is time for you to free yourself from the limited thinking and started to do that?
I won't use the word here realizing. It is like, I would rather say it is a process. Because I am very carefully using this word realizing. See, each one of us go through problems. I myself also have gone through. We say very carefully that unless a person goes through a problem, a difficulties, will not grow up, will not come up in life either. But the problem is here, this is the problem. When a problematic situation comes, when a difficult situation comes, whether we have strength to face or to gloss over or to run away. If one learns to face, goes through difficulties, grows up in life. I had my problem as a teenager. I have gone through like any other person, but I discovered in spite of everything, I was insecure. So I was looking for security without knowing where is it available. That is how I started my journey.
And what did you discover in this process?
Yes, very nicely you said, it's a process. In this process, I discovered that I don't have to look for security anywhere. In fact, I am secure always within myself. If I project a person, a position, an object as the object of security, or you can say source of security, as long as that object, that person or situation is away from me, I will have high regards or respect. Whereas once I reach there, I will not, because any object, any person, they are just milestones but not destinations.
Is there a destiny?
Definitely.
Which one is this?
Destiny is, here truth is me as destiny.
Can you explain it a bit, please?
Thank you. We all look for destination in the outside world. It's like a person who is afraid of one's own self in the darkness and starts walking, the sound of one's own self and that echo creates one type of confusion in one's own self, thinks that somebody is behind. Now what happens? What does the person do? Starts speeding up. So more the person starts speeding up, discovers, oh, that person is equally following me. And looking for a destination that where the person will be secure. Now tell me, is there a destination? So we all are looking for outside destination. I can ask you, I can ask myself, I can ask anyone. As a child, I was looking for a degree as my destination.
No.
No, generally. Or else why the children, they go to the universities? Study, getting a diploma, getting a degree certificate is a destination. Then once you reach that, what you think? No, this is not destination by itself. I need a job. Then job becomes destination. My goal in my life, what you call destination, my goal, my aim in my life. After you get job, what happens? I have to get married. Then if I observe my life, I keep changing my destination. So here we say, we all are trying to run away from ourselves.
If destination is not the answer, then what are we supposed to do here on earth?
Simple question. Why we should bother about earth? What I should do at this moment for myself? I should ask this question. The problem, we have been brainwashed to think what I should do for others. Who are you to think what you should do for others?
But isn't it this called selfishness, not caring about the other?
Thank you very much. Do you care for yourself?
I think so, I try to.
The moment you think so, that shows that you are not sure.
I'm not sure I'm giving you the right answer.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Coming to the point. Very nice of you. Say, look, when I say this is what I am trying to communicate, we pretend that we are taking care of ourselves. We all pretend. If you take care of yourself, somebody says, today you are ugly. What happens to you?
Normally I feel kind of depressed.
Thank you. If you really take care of yourself, somebody says ugly, you can say thank you. Yeah, it's your standpoint. So we never take care of ourselves. Always we waste our time to take care of others, neglecting ourselves. Why? This is called psychological defect we all have. We have been brainwashed to think, let me take care of yourself so that in return you will take care of me. It's like, let me scratch, it's a very bad word, but I'm using it very carefully. Let me scratch your back so that in return you have to scratch my back. This is the psychological era we all are living. Maybe when it started, how it started, let us not talk. But one has to learn to take care of one's own self. And when you take care of yourself, you will discover your presence itself will be a blessing to the society, like a tree. Just observe a tree. Does a tree live for anyone?
No, of course not.
It lives for itself. And because a tree lives for itself, the leaf, the air, the flower, the fruits, even if the trunk, if you want to go and cut branches, whatever you want to cut, still that is available for the entire society. So we all must learn this much from the tree. So when I live for myself, my presence itself is a blessing for the society, for this earth. Unfortunately, when I try to live for others, I just pretend to live for others. Neither I live for myself nor for anyone.
What does simplicity means, or living simple?
It's very simple when you do not make it complicated.
Now, what does living simple for you means then?
I mean, simplicity is this. When I do not depend upon anything and anybody for my living, that is called simplicity.
It sounds difficult not to depend on anything and anybody.
That is called the simplicity.
And my last question is, what do you think is your purpose in this life?
My purpose is to be a happy person. That's all.
And how can you achieve that? Is this a road to this? Is it, because about happiness everybody thinks,
Yeah.
let's be happy. Happiness is, okay, not destination. Happiness is the way of being for a human being.
Thank you.
But what does happiness really mean, and how can we achieve that really, and for real, not just
Thank you.
a smile on our face?
Thank you.
Welcome.
See, we have to understand first. This is called process of understanding. First, I have to ask the question to myself, why I am unhappy. It's like, if I have got stomach upset, I go to a doctor or I look at myself. I don't take a medicine straight away. I don't look for the solution straight away. What do I do? If I am little intelligent, what did I eat? If I understand that what did I eat, it becomes easier to recover from my stomach pain or stomach upset. Simple reason, simple logic. So instead of looking for happiness, let me ask the question to myself, why I am unhappy. If I find out, if I discover, I can use the word discover, the root cause of my unhappiness, happiness is there. Happiness is our birthright. We are born as happy, we are always happy. In between, unhappiness mood comes and takes over, that destroys us. Quickly, I can tell you how is it with a simple example. In a day, or let us say in a month, okay, generally you will not have a headache. Very rarely you get headache. So when you have headache for 1 hour or 2 hours, how difficult is it? Do you announce to everybody or not? Oh, I am not feeling good. I have got headache. Does it generally common people do or not?
If there are people around, I think I'm gonna say this, yes.
Thank
if
you.
I'm alone, I don't know,
Manage. You manage
I'm
it.
with myself.
Yeah, thank you. But in a month, 1 hour you have got headache. You announce all your near ones, dear ones. But whole month there is no headache. Have you ever announced to anyone that I don't have any headache?
Not really.
That is how happiness and unhappiness. We all are happy all the time. But a few minutes of unhappiness or few hours of unhappiness, what we do? We announce everybody to get sympathy. And finally, we indirectly love, or you can say you get habituated to live in unhappiness mode.
And I actually have one final question.
Please.
What is love?
That's a good question. Love is appreciation.
What do you mean?
When you appreciate as the object is, as the person is, without your agenda, you can say without your subjectivity, without your preferences, that is called love.
That makes me sad, because definitely I can say that I don't know how to love then.
Yes, true. When I start loving myself, I start loving everybody and everything. The problem with all of us is, again coming back, we practice to love others. So when I practice to love others, I pretend to love. I don't love. So that's why one has to learn to love one's own self. How? By appreciating one's own self. If I ask you, how many times do you appreciate yourself?
Plenty of times. I don't lack in this very badly.
Okay, thank you very much. Common people look at, they don't appreciate themselves. If someone appreciates, then their mood is very happy. If others do not appreciate, do not look at, whole day goes other way around. So I must learn to appreciate myself. So when I appreciate myself as I am, when I say appreciate anything, any object, let us look at this particular object. When I have to appreciate this object, this looks beautiful. Yes, the color is almost like same color. Also, I need to appreciate it has also its own demerits. If it is not being clean, I cannot drink water in this copper glass, copper tumbler. So when I appreciate, I need to appreciate as it is. But what I do generally, I appreciate with my agenda. I appreciate with my insecurities. I appreciate someone or something, keeping with something in my mind. That is not appreciation. And present day love, what you call as love, I name it as infatuation or fear.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
It's the kind of knowledge that you just have to sit alone in a room and think about to really understand. Because, as you said, it's all about understanding. And even if the things that you said may come easy to our minds, and at the rational level we understand the ideas very well, it is very hard to actually acknowledge them with all our being. And at times I feel that the knowledge that you shared today with me, it's very easy to just, I understand it, I'm gonna do it. But then you find yourself in a moment when you do the other way around.
That's true. Here I would like to highlight our intellectual mind, what you highlighted this point. Our mind job is to justify. And doesn't want to do anything, but always wants to do many things for itself. And if you observe, the more I am intellectual, or you can say the more I have informations, the most lazy person I become. Because mind does not want to do anything. And the more I am intellectual, the more I become emotional. All intellectual people are emotional people. And those who become emotional, they cannot do anything. They cannot grow up in their life. That's why what we need to do is, we need to own up. We need to take the responsibility, whatever we know. So once I started taking responsibility, once I start really owning up what I know, that becomes mine. And this is a process that is called understanding. I use the word understanding, knowing and understanding. So whatever I know, I must not, this is called, I have to talk to my mind, I must not use that to protect myself. I must use to protect others. But nowadays, whatever we know, just to protect myself. So the more I know to protect myself, the more I suffer in my life.
I understand. Thank you very much.
Thank you.